Hey wonderful people, welcome back. As you can see, this video today is going to be for the Warhammer Commemorative series Officio Assassinorum Operative Umbral-6. So you get this miniature after you've been subscribed to Warhammer Plus for a year, which I have done. I was looking forward to getting this as something a little different. I don't have, much like when I picked up Inquisitor Erasmus, I don't have any assassins in my armies, but I do feel that it would fit with either my Grey Knights or my sisters quite well. So on the front of the box you've got obviously the picture of the assassin in the ruined Adeptus Sororitas statuette. Sides, it's just that and the bottom. And then on the back we got some nice close-up pictures here. So fantastic. Right, I'm really hoping that you actually get two bases, one for the statue, because I haven't even looked at any other videos that people have done online. So I'm kind of hoping we get two bases. No, there's one. Just one. Well, rats. Oh, and that'll be why. Okay. Okay, so we'll come to the plastic in a mo. Right, so Operative Umbral-6. It's just a trifold this time round. There's not a lot in it. Now, your Operative, as you can see, the Operative is part of the base, which is unfortunate. So I might see if I can potentially remove him, because I want to be able to use him in gameplay without the huge statuette, and I may use the statuette as part of a scenery piece, or even just use it as put it on a small base and use it as rubble. But as it goes, there's not that many pieces to it. You've got 12, I think, by the look of it. So obviously he's attached to the iron girders as part of the platform, and then obviously you build up him with his rifle, scoped rifle, and then once you've done that you add in the pieces of rubble. And it's a nice mini. It is a nice mini, don't get me wrong, but one, why have they supplied it with a 32mm base? Because I'm not being funny, there's going to be a really high centre of gravity on this, and if you're gaming with it, then there's going to be issues with it toppling. And two, it's going to be top heavy, because obviously we've got a lot of the statuette, part of the head and around the neck, way above the ground level. But anyway, Umbral-6 has a movement of 7 inches, a weapon skill of 2+, ballistic skill 2+, strength 4, toughness 4, 5 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 9, and a 6+ save. That can't be right, surely. 6 up save? Okay. So his main weapon I don't know what it would be called, is 72 inches. Is that a heavy one? Strength 5, minus 3 AP, D3 damage. And obviously he's got a pistol and grenade, which I'm assuming is a crack grenade, which is just damage 6. Or D6 damage, I should say, for the grenade. But the pistol is 12 inches, strength 4, minus 3 AP, D3 damage. So, okay. Right, Umbral-6. There you go. Let's have a look at the plastic. So, here you go. And like I say, he is attached to these girders here. Which is a shame. It would have been nice if you could remove him from the scenery piece. If say for example they had made it so that you could put him on a 32 or 28mm base or whatever and bring that in and out from this scenery piece and put the scenery piece on something, for example, like a 50mm base, I think that would give it a lot more stability. But other than that, I mean, it looks great. We've got detailing inside, obviously, which is quite nice, of the statuette. This guy, you can obviously see his musculature underneath his body glove. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a different weapon. Not seen a weapon like this before. And then his head. I mean, it's a crisp mould. Don't get me wrong. It's a really nice crisp mould. It's the mould date is 2021. But like I say, I'm just a little bit disappointed that he's attached. I will, using a sharp scalpel, attempt to remove his feet from that girder so that I can pop him onto a 32mm base, and I will do it that way. That's my intention, that's my plan. Come back in a mo and hopefully we will have some sort of success with regards to getting him off of that. Okay, see you in a sec. Hey, welcome back. Right, so I've got everything cleaned up, and what I've actually managed to do is I have very carefully removed the assassin from the girder base. So he would ordinarily stand there like that. I used a number 10 rounded blade, brand spanking new rounded blade number 10 to cut underneath his feet. It didn't matter if I took some of the surface from this with it, because that just added additional strength to the bit that I was cutting off. So I just need to finish tidying up this long rifle. Okay, and then I've just got this small knife and electrical panel, or whatever it is. Yeah, some sort of electrical panel. All the bits were fairly robust. I didn't break anything taking it off the sprue, which is quite nice. It's always nice when that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the scenery piece first. I do apologise if you can hear noise from outside coming in. It is warm here today. I have got the windows open. So when you're putting this together, okay, I am actually going to recommend gluing these bits together first. These form the main part of the scenery piece, and this bit and this bit are what you're going to be the contact areas for the glue. So and then obviously you've got this support piece which glues on, and then this actually is a 3-pronged connection in there. So 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, and for now I'll pop on this final piece, and it will only go one way, so you just obviously need to be aware of that. So it goes in just there on the edge of Courgette, and just be aware that this is actually a much smaller contact point, so when you're painting, if you're dry brushing, just be careful that obviously you don't break it. Now, like I said previously, I can't decide whether that's meant to be slightly skew width or whether I've glued that on properly. I'm going to leave it slightly skew width because I think it just adds to the broken nature of the piece, and that is essentially the scenery bit that, you know, goes on. I trimmed out, there was this little spike which was in the middle here, and I've deliberately trimmed that out. What I may do, depending on what I want to do, I haven't quite decided yet. Let me just grab a 50mm base though out of my spares. So the option is to perhaps glue this to a 50mm base. Probably need to set it back a little bit because of its centre of gravity, and then with a piece of plasticard just increase the base here, or what I could do, although they're quite tiny feet, so probably not. I was thinking I might be able to put a couple of tiny magnets in there and magnetise, you know, so when I'm not gaming with this Mini, I magnetise him back into position, but I think that is going to be a bit too much. Right, so here we go. We are going with his left arm first. then the head. And then the long rifle. So that's quite fiddly, but attached now. Then we are going with his right arm and the pistol grip. So that goes in there. Like thus. Okay, so there's our assassin. He then has a pistol, backup pistol, which goes on his left leg. And then I'm assuming it's going to be his stim pack and something to just keep track of his augmetics, etc. Then goes on the back. So obviously he is positioned with the rifle just pointing downwards. I might see if I can just level him up slightly, find something that might do. The answer to that is probably no. So there you go, that's the assassin. Obviously he's positioned higher up, so which is why he's pointing his rifle down. He would ordinarily stand in there like so, and that would be his position. What do I think of this miniature? I actually like him. I think he's you know, it's really nice. It's nice that it was included as a reward. You know, I know how some people feel about Warhammer Plus. I've subscribed, I watch it from time to time. Sometimes I have it on in the background when I'm painting and modelling. I don't have any major issues with it. If I'm going to pay, you know, £2 to use the app for army lists, then, you know, I may as well just pay the extra £3 and pay for the app. But there you go. That's your assassin. That's what he looks like. I have trimmed him from the base. I mean, I even think that if I was to pop that onto a piece of foam board as a rubble, you know, piece of scatter terrain, that would be quite cool. you know, just as is. Anyway, let me know what you think, or let me know if anybody else has got this miniature and what they've done with it. All right, speak to you soon. Take care. Just quickly, you thought you got rid of me, didn't you? Right, so just quickly, what I've decided to do is I have, as you know, I was going to put the assassin on a 32mm base, which is what I've done. And to try and level out the weapon a little bit, I've just added in this cut up piece of rhino hatch to almost level out the long rifle. So that's my assassin, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as potentially an objective marker. But I have also, just with the bits of the rhino hatch that I didn't use, I have just placed there so that I can still, if I so choose, display the assassin on this little scenery piece. But the primary aim is he'll be separate, and this will be, if I use it in game, it will be an objective marker, or maybe even a piece of scenery in a temple or something like that. But there you go, that's what I decided to do. All right, see you in a bit.